Hello, my name is Sheyi Fabi. I welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we'll continue on our series on Enterprise GIS for Urban Administration. And today we are looking at GIS Lecture Series number 24. And we are looking at how we can use open source GIS for development control activities. One of the activities of the urban gatekeepers, such as town planners and any other agency that is in charge of managing the city of urban administration, is development control. And it's one of the most difficult part of urban administration, especially in this side of the world, in Nigeria and any other developing country. What is development control? Development control is the act and the process of achieving orderly arrangement of building and building characters that accommodate human activities in space. That is, every process or act or action that aim at achieving orderly arrangement of building and building character can be classified as development control. It is a way and manner of which land use of physical development is being regulated and is being enforced, in which the orderliness of the city, arrangement of building and building characters in city are being regulated and enforced. Therefore, town planners and urban gatekeepers must ensure orderliness in cities through the following. One, they must be able to mediate among conflicting interests in urban land uses and urban residents, especially on development activities. There are some incompatible land uses, building uses that must not collocate. So the urban gatekeepers or town planners who are in charge of development control activity must be able to mediate among these conflicting interests. And also human activities on land such as agriculture, forestry, residential land uses, industrial, commercial, educational, medical, and so on and so forth need to be regulated. And not only should they be regulated, the agency must ensure that everybody in the city obey the law and there is compliance. And there's appropriate sanction must be meted to all contraventions. But most of the challenges facing the agency involved in urban administration, especially in the area of development control, is the fact that site inspection is not only tedious, it is also dangerous. When it involves development, siting of town planners or staff officers from the town planning offices can really trigger violence in neighborhood. And it is somehow difficult because without police protection, it is difficult for town planners to carry out development control activities in the city. And sometimes by the time the plan is approved, before the people get to the site, it was a different thing that will be approved for the developers. But when they get to the site, they develop something different. So now today we want to look at how we can use QGIS to, to assist development control officers in the town planning offices or any urban gatekeepers involved in um, managing the development in the city, how it can help them to, to operate. And we are going to take some simple scenario of development control activity. So I will go to QGIS. We are now familiar to GIS now, We are now familiar to QGIS now, and I'm going to uh, uh, show us some of the things we know. This is the area, is the map area, and this is the table of content. Now we want to see, we are going to paint three scenarios, and we are going to use GIS, QGIS to solve the problem. The first scenario is there's a complaint from a resident that somebody is building on the floodplain. Somebody, one of his neighbor is building on the setback, which is on the floodplain, because there's this provision, the space standard indicate, it shows that they prescribe the minimum distance from the river channel to the building line. So there's a complaint from a neighborhood that somebody, one of his neighbor, is building directly on the river setback. And then the thing is brought to the development control officer. He needs to go and do site inspection to confirm, but there are issues. There's conflict the moment the guy brings the development control officers there. There will be conflict in the neighborhood. The person that reported to the town planning officers, and then the neighbors, they may see him as a sellout or as a snitch, and that may cause conflict in the area. So what the development control officer will say is just give us the uh, the coordinate of the place, and then we will confirm online. And how will they do it online? We are going to use the power of Google Earth data. I want to use the power of Google Earth data. Google Earth normally update the images they have there, but you can actually use other sources too. So now we want to confirm what is the location of that document, of that building, the new building that's been constructed. We want to know the location of the building, and you can just ask the guy that reports that just give us the go with your GPS, or you can go with your phone, and then you load the application that can collect coordinates. There are so many applications on the phone that can easily collect uh, X and Y coordinate. Just give us the X and Y coordinate. We are going to confirm whether truly the guy is building on the floodplain or not. So there are two functions we are going to use, two plugins we are going to use in the QGIS, which I'm going to introduce to us now in the course of this lecture. The first thing is we want to load the Google Earth. And if you want to know the Google Earth, you want to load the Google Earth, what you do is go to the XY tiles in the browser component of the Google QGIS. The browser component, you see the XY seed tiles. You right click on that, you click on new connection, and under this new connection, you can say development control project. That means you want to use this layer to do all your development control activities. You can do it for any form of thing, but you need the URL. That means what will link you directly to the QGI, to the Google Earth. Mind you, you must be on the internet. You must have your internet online before you can do this. So if you want to know the URL, that is the URL where you can get the image of the Google, the most recent image of the Google Earth. Then you can go to your Google Earth. You can go to your browser and you type in how to load you can just go to your browser and say how to load Google Earth on QGIS, and then it will give you several options, and then if you click on any one like this one, it will give you some of the URL that you can use. So the URL, this URL is for the roadmap, this one is for the terrain, this one is for the roadmap of Google Earth, this one is for satellite only, this one is hybrid, this one is terrain only. But I want hybrid, that means I want these street names and then the images too. So you can just copy like this, right click, copy, and then you come to your QGIS and you insert here. So you can say you want authentication, but in this case, let us ignore the authentication. Then on the zoom, you can leave it as standard or you can leave it as high. That means what you can the limit of your zoom of your DPI. Then you click OK. So once you click OK, in your QGIS, you have development control. So I have some other ones there. That is why you have but this development control. You either double click to bring it here, or you draw it and drop it. You can just select it and then you drag it and drop it here. That will bring I'm now going to delete. I will delete, remove layer, yes, remove layer, you right click and you remove layer. Now you have the Google Earth image right there on your screen. You have brought it there. Remember, you must have internet access on. Then the next thing you need to do is to go to the plugin, and then you can either download your plugin manager under the manage and install plugin, and then you download the lat long tool. The lat long tool, because I've already downloaded, that is why I have it here. If you don't have it, you go to manage plugin, then you go to manage plugin, and then you can say lat long tool, and then it will give you this. And then if you don't have it before, when you select, then you can uninstall or you reinstall as the case may be. But because I've installed, that is why the install or reinstall did not come out. So because I have this, then I can now come to the plugin lat long tool. You can, if you have many locations, then you can select this. But for this one, because we want only one person, only one place, then you click on this, you select this, and to give you the it will give you the location, zoom to coordinate. So you will now enter the coordinate that is provided by the person that is complainant, that we want to see the location. Now in this location, the location we have now is 7, that is the latitude, 7.431220, comma, you separate the latitude and the longitude with a comma. Then the longitude is 3.9 730,104. Once you hit enter on your keyboard, it will show you the exact place where you can see the exact place where the place is located. Then you can now zoom. You can use the zoom tool to zoom, or you use the palm to the place. That is the location of the guy that has contravened the